Welcome to another segment of Buckingham Business Review. I'm your host, Bernie Wolford, founder and president of Buckingham Associates. Our video magazine is about the intersection of people, tactics, and strategy. And I am just so very pleased to have a very special guest on our show today, Mr. Bob Kilinski. Bob is Regional Operating Principal for the Southeast and North Florida region of Keller Williams. Bob, welcome to Buckingham Business Review, and thank you so much for being with us.
Bernie, it's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Let's begin from 40,000 feet, and then we'll start drilling down. Give our audience a bit of an overview of Keller Williams, and particularly, what is this region that you have some administrative responsibility for? Well,
I'll see you maybe answer short to the point. Keller Williams is a company formed by Gary Keller and Joe Williams back in 1983 in Austin, Texas. Reinvented themselves in 1987, started franchising in 1992. I joined the company in 1998 in New Orleans, where I'm from, and had the opportunity to bring the model, the systems, and the program to the Southeast region, which is Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee. Also later in my career, but in the last 5 years, had the opportunity to do the same thing by purchasing and being involved in the ownership in the region in northern Florida.
Okay.
But essentially, Keller Williams is a very agent-centric company in the real estate brokerage business. We offer a tremendous amount of training and consulting, a platform of agent input on how the company is run, an economic model with our agents that makes it sense to run a business within a business, and a culture that is giving back to the community, giving within its own self, its community, and it's a company with a heart.
Okay. I guess most of our audience of any age have had experience in the real estate market, either purchasing a house or selling a house, or several, as is in my case. I think many of us, we can view real estate agents as being a bit of a commodity. I stub my toe on 30 of them as I leave my neighborhood every morning. So how do you differentiate? What are the Keller Williams points of differentiation such that either a buyer or a seller, you would be their realtor of choice? How do you really hold yourself up above the also-rans and establish this leadership position?
Well, let me first say that as an industry, there are good people within all good companies, and there's a lot of good companies out there, and to be respected and honored, and they do a very good job. Why I chose Keller Williams for my career after 25 years in the business in New Orleans, and why I think the public has an advantage in choosing a Keller Williams agent for their services, is the fact we start with high integrity people who are talented in their ability to understand the trade. They come into an environment that's highly trained, consulted, and we run our company at a business level. We train our agents to run their own businesses. It's kind of like the MBA of real estate at Keller Williams. In fact, Gary Keller invented that way back when, and now we have Keller Williams University that promotes that. So I think you take talented people that are trained at a high level for great and quality service is the one ingredient. Then you equip them with a tremendous amount of tools and resources, latest edge technology, knowing what the market is doing and all the ancillary services around it, so they have resources to gain from in terms of mortgage and insurance and title and legal and banking, and they understand how this all plays together, and we use the best of the best as our team. And we apply that all to the service of the buyer or the seller, and we really understand their needs and are trained to really understand the needs of the client, not just the transaction.
Okay, okay. So I think you've answered at least half, if not 2/3 of my next question. What is the role of your office? What is your mission with regard to this region that you just described?
Okay. Well, there are 4 layers in our company. It starts with the agents that are the boots on the ground meeting the clients. Right. Then we have offices we call market centers. It's where the market is centered for a community of North Atlanta, South Atlanta, Birmingham, Nashville, wherever. Then you have a region, which is the office I'm in, and it covers those areas I talked about. And then you have the parent company in Austin, Texas. So if your question is to what my office does, we are the Southeast region. We consider ourselves the trusted resource for launching and operating a very successful, highly profitable, very productive, and culturally sound market center out in the territory.
Very good.
And our job is to bring the resources from the master company down to the boots on the ground, kind of like supply line technology. Excellent. And making sure that they are equipped with everything we say we have in our brochure, so that every client receives what we say in our campaign speech.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we're visiting with Bob Kilinski of Keller Williams, and time goes very quickly on Buckingham Business Review, so that's the end of our first segment. But when we come back, we're going to drill down and ask Bob some questions concerning the challenges of administering this high quality and this mission within such a large geographic region and involving so many people. So this is your host, Bernie Wolford. Thanks for joining us on Buckingham Business Review, and please join us again for segment 2 with Bob.